Welcome back to my channel. It's me. You probably know that already if you've been here before. But for those who are new, I make videos that help you think better so you can feel better. And today we're gonna talk about 10 signs you have a dark mindset, the shadow of the phoenix. Now this is another in a long line of videos I've done on what it means to have a dark mindset. This is kind of like a series I've been doing, correct? And if you haven't seen the other ones, I would encourage you to go check them out because they'll be helpful to you as well. I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about what a dark mindset is. We've talked about that a lot. Essentially though, it means having a negative outlook on life, being pessimistic, seeing things as pointless and hopeless, giving up easily, having low self-esteem, etc. The reason I am making this video right now is because I recently came across something that helped me understand the dark mindset a little bit better, and that was this article from Psychology Today, written by psychologist Nathan Fields. In it, he talks about how people who have a dark mindset have one thing in common. They have difficulty processing positive information. That's essentially it. They struggle to process positive information. He goes on to say that these individuals tend to interpret ambiguous situations negatively. So let's say something good happens to someone with a dark mindset. They won't see it as a good thing. Instead, they'll find some way to make it seem bad or at least pointless. They're also more prone to self-blame. So if they do achieve something, they won't take credit for it. Instead, they'll blame someone or something else. For example, they might say something like, "Oh, I didn't do it. My teammate did it for me." And finally, they often put themselves down. Self-deprecating humor is common among those who have a dark mindset. They may joke about their own incompetence, unworthiness, or even their own depression. And all of this ties into the idea that they just can't seem to accept good news. It's always got to be bad somehow. So with that said, let's get into the 10 signs of a dark mindset. No one. You never celebrate your own successes. If you accomplish something or receive praise, do you celebrate or do you play it off like it's no big deal? Do you tell yourself that it wasn't really that hard, or that anyone could have done it? Or maybe you start pointing out all the flaws in what you've done. Maybe you say something like, "Yeah, I got that job, but it doesn't pay that well," or "I finished that project but everyone made me do it." Whatever it is, it seems like you never fully allow yourself to enjoy your wins. Number 2, you don't expect others to succeed. Let's say your friend got a promotion at work, or your sibling got accepted into a prestigious university. Do you feel happy for them, or do you just not care? Maybe you try to downplay it or minimize it, or maybe you point out why it isn't actually a big deal. Perhaps you say something like, "They only did it because they had connections," or "It doesn't really matter anyway." When you do this, you're essentially showing them that you don't really care about their success. You show them that it doesn't really mean anything to you, and that's just sad. No. 3. You're not proud of your country. Do you feel ashamed of where you're from? Do you hate the flag or the anthem? I'm not talking about hating your country's government or its policies, because that's understandable. A lot of countries aren't exactly doing great right now. But sometimes it seems like people have a problem with their entire nation, as if every single person in that country is bad. And this is obviously not true. There are always good people wherever you go. And if you're constantly putting your own country down, that's a sign of a dark mindset. No. 4. You don't believe in anything. This includes religion, politics, philosophy, ethics, morals, relationships, you name it. As long as it's something that most people believe in, you probably don't. And the reason for this is because you probably think everything is pointless. If there is some kind of higher being, then why does he allow all this pain and suffering? If humans evolved from animals, then what's the point of being nice? If everyone dies anyway, what's the point of working hard? You probably ask questions like this and you can't seem to find any answers. No. 5. You think everyone is selfish. Now, I don't mean that you think no one is selfless. I think you genuinely believe that everyone is selfish. And the way you justify this belief is by saying, well, everyone has their own problems to worry about, so why should I help them? Or maybe you think things like, everyone is selfish anyway, so why shouldn't I be selfish too? Either way, you've convinced yourself that selfishness is just human nature and that's why you don't help others. No. 6. You don't want others to be happy. This may sound evil, but it's true. Sometimes you actively wish bad things to happen to people just to prove to yourself that you were right. Let's say you told someone to have a nice day and they replied, you too. You may secretly wish that they do and have a nice day simply to prove to yourself that you were right when you said it doesn't matter anyway. Number 7. You don't believe in love. You've probably watched countless romantic movies, yet you still think that love is just this fairy tale that's not real. The idea of having someone who loves you for who you are is just ridiculous to you. Maybe you think things like, they must have their reasons for loving them, or else why would they love them? Or perhaps you believe that relationships are just about sexual attraction and nothing more. No. 8. You don't appreciate the little things. Life is full of beauty. From the stars in the sky to the flowers on the ground to the love of friends and family. Yet you seem to ignore all of this. You don't notice any of it. And this is because you think it doesn't matter anyway. What's the point of appreciating it if it's all going to end anyway? Right? No? 9. You think death is preferable to pain when someone close to you gets sick. Instead of helping them get better, you wish for them to die. You pray for them to pass away quickly because you think it'll be easier for them. But this is actually an extremely dark mindset. It shows that you think death is better than life. You think dying is preferable to living in pain. And this is clearly a sign that you don't have a positive outlook on life. And no. 10. You prefer being alone. Finally, you probably prefer being alone because you think it's safer. Being alone allows you to control the situation. You know exactly what's happening and there are no surprises. With other people, however, you never know what they're thinking. They might betray you or hurt you or leave you. And you've experienced this in the past, which is why you've built up this wall around you to keep others out. But this is definitely a sign of a dark mindset. So, do you have a dark mindset? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, you can overcome this. It's not the end of the world. You can get help. You can talk to someone. You can keep working at it, and eventually you'll overcome this. That's all I got for you today. I hope this helped you. And if it did, please consider leaving a like. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, because I post new videos every single week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.